I think one of the great achievements of the coronation was the multiplicity of faiths and denominations involved in the service, and seeing people like Humza Yusuf, the chief rabbi, Sadiq Khan, Rishi Sunak reading a lesson, and various other faith leaders and people of different faiths presenting objects to the king as part of the ceremony. I also thought it was wonderful to see so many women taking major roles, and I must say, I don't ordinarily warm to Penny Mordaunt. I did initially, and then I went off her. And today I think she did a sterling job. And my goodness, standing with that sword must have been heavy or at least cumbersome, and she was statuesque and spectacular throughout. So well done, Penny Mordaunt, for a superb performance in a role that must have been quite difficult. Baroness Amos, it was the diversity of our culture was reflected in the service, and I was also pleasantly surprised by the two references to the idea of the king being a servant of our country, the Servus Servorum Dei, this idea of service. And we heard so much towards the end of the late Queen's life about how much her life has been a life of service. And I think that's exactly the right signal to have in the coronation ceremony itself. It sent out the right tone, and I also thought the care that the king had for the various people who were involved in the ceremony. I loved the little moment at the end when he spoke to the faith leaders. And I was touched by the meeting on the lawn of Buckingham Palace as well. And again, the king hobbled out, looking a little vulnerable, and Camilla looked a little stiff. And both of them terribly, terribly careful that the crowns didn't fall off. And I think, all praise to them, really. It was a great day of culture, history, tradition, and innovation. And the innovation particularly was about bringing the kindness and the care, the consideration, the thoughtfulness to the fore. And I hope it's a lesson that our government will learn. And I hope particularly that care in the wider sense in the community, care for the vulnerable, care for the elderly, care for the sick, care for the stranger among us. And I hope that lesson will be taken to heart, because otherwise I think we're a society that is going to stumble, because we still have time to wait for the next election. Things are not solved by changing a party. There is a mood that has emerged in politics which is unattractive, and we see slip-ups on all sides of the political divisions. And it's not just that one party is bad and another party is good. There is a general malaise running through Westminster and running through political service, and we need to get back the idea of service. Political service is not an oxymoron.